I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association, which is the special district association responsible for bringing the area free to access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there is a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can contact us. It's 970-677-4119. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Wednesday program, which is aired at noon, 2, and 6 p.m., and it is also available on demand online on both our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. This is the program for January 22nd, 2020, DCTV's News at Noon. Sadly, yesterday was quite a difficult weather day with the consistent snow showers causing slush and later fog. And this is the latest update on yesterday morning's fatal accident that closed Highway 491 near Cajon before allowing one-lane traffic and eventually clearing the way by early afternoon. This is the report from the journals with the photos Patrick Armijo. The driver of a 1997 Jeep Cherokee was killed Tuesday morning on U.S. Highway 491 just south of Cajon in a failed attempt to pass two semi-trailers during a snowstorm. The accident occurred about 10:09 a.m. and the identity of the driver has not been released pending notification of next of kin, said Colorado State Patrol Captain Adrian Driscoll at the time of this article. The Cherokee was northbound and was attempting to pass two semi-trailers when it was hit head-on by a Western Star semi-trailer out of Utah at mile marker 51 on U.S. Highway 491, Driscoll said. The driver died at the scene. Besides the CSP, the Dolores County Sheriff's Office and the Dove Creek Volunteer Fire Department all responded. Initially, traffic was blocked by the crash. Later Tuesday afternoon, traffic was confined to one lane of traffic alternating both directions before being cleared. Roads were wet and slick, and visibility was diminished during the snowstorm, according to the Dolores County Sheriff's Office. A crew worked Tuesday afternoon to remove both vehicles, which left the road and tumbled down an embankment on the west side of the highway just south of Cajon. Driscoll said the identity of the driver of the Cherokee will be released after the family is notified. And the flu and pneumonia and colds are all spreading around our region right now, so be sure to wash your hands often and keep your immune system healthy. Warnings from the DC school went out last week that a significant percentage of students and staff were sick, and please remain home if you have symptoms, which could continue to spread the sickness. So in other pathogenic news for the day, the Journal reported on the Southwest Health System's walk-in clinic in Cortez being contaminated by mold after flooding, with a file photo. Mold spores have been discovered after flooding damage in late 2019 at Southwest Health System's walk-in clinic 1413 North Mildred Road, and the clinic has been relocated to a temporary location. The clinic is temporarily at 1311-A North Mildred Road in the Southwest Medical Group Physician Office Building in Cortez. According to a news release issued on Tuesday by Southwest Health System, the mold spores present a potential health risk to the clinic's employees and patients. Letters have been sent to anyone who might have been exposed to mold spores on December 30th, 31st, and from January 2nd through the 8th. Quote, "Our patients' health and safety is our highest priority, and we sincerely apologize for any negative impacts this may have had on our patients and employees. We're working closely with the state and local health officials to permanently resolve the situation as quickly as possible. Out of an abundance of caution, we are notifying everyone who was in the building during that time as to the issue and symptoms that could result from mold exposure and what steps to take should you have any symptoms," SHS CEO Tony Sudath said in his news release. Symptoms of mold exposure include fever and chills, shortness of breath, a cough that brings up blood, chest or joint pain, headaches or eye symptoms, and skin lesions. SHS stated in its news release that if you are not currently experiencing symptoms, nothing is required. However, if you have been experiencing symptoms or have questions or concerns, call SHS at 564-1037. Anyone experiencing symptoms or concerns about mold exposure can come to the temporary walk-in clinic. Upon arrival, let the front desk know that you received the notice about mold exposure and were a patient or in the building between December 30th, 31st, 2019 and between January 2nd and the 8th. The building housing the permanent clinic is owned by Montezuma County Hospital District and leased to SHS. It is undergoing cleaning to ensure mold is remediated. Extensive testing for humidity, soil sampling, and structural integrity have been completed since the leak was discovered November 8th. Humidity levels and tests for spore counts continue to be monitored. The walk-in clinic operates from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays through Fridays and from 8 to 3 on Saturdays. Southwest Health System is a nonprofit that operates Southwest Memorial Hospital and Southwest Medical Group, which comprises of 6 clinics providing primary care and specialty care. And from the Durango Herald report on the EPA. Local agencies working on the ground should decide whether to list a species as endangered under the Endangered Species Act, according to a renewed bill from Representative Scott Tipton, Republican from Cortez. The bill, called the Local Act, LOCAL, is one of 17 proposed legislative changes to the Endangered Species Act from the House lawmakers in a Western caucus, a group originally born out of frustration with federal regulation of resources in Western states. Another proposed bill from Colorado Representative Ken Buck, Republican from Castle Rock, would sign into law regulatory changes the Trump administration already rescinded in the fall of last year, including cutting the 4D, quote, blanket rule. The 4D rule allowed the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to provide the same protections to both threatened and endangered species. Tipton said changes like the Local Act would encourage and expand effective local conservation programs already operating in Colorado. The bill achieves species recovery in a way that works with private landowners, Tipton said. In the past, problems arose when landowners would completely clear plants listed as endangered on their property to avoid tight federal regulations on development, Tipton said Tuesday during a phone interview he had with the Durango Herald. Those are the kind of situations the bill aims to avoid by working with private landowners and harnessing the expertise of local people on the ground monitoring endangered species, Tipton said. The ultimate goal is to recover species, he said. J. Paul Brown, a sheep rancher and former Colorado State Senator, said the Endangered Species Act, quote, hasn't been amended in many years and there needs to be some changes. It's very easy for radical environmental groups to get species on the Endangered Species Act, Brown said, but no animals have been removed, even animals that are in no real imminent danger, unquote. Once animals are listed as endangered, the Endangered Species Act also protects their habitat, which can interfere with development and plowing and planting crops. Brown has seen firsthand what protected species like wolves can do, such as run 179 head of sheep off a cliff in one night, he said. I don't want to see that in Colorado. These ranchers can't stand any kind of loss. It has an economic impact. The wolves are also entering the state naturally in the northwest, and that is probably better for them than the unnatural reintroduction that is on the Colorado ballot for this November 3rd, Brown said. Noah Greenwald, the Endangered Species Director for the Center for Biological Diversity, said the pack in northwestern Colorado is a, quote, start toward recovery, but the Reintroduction Act is what it will take to get recovery, quote, off the ground. As for the Local Act, the whole purpose of these bills is to strip protections for species, Greenwald said. The state of Colorado does not have statutes in place to protect the habitat of endangered species and lacks the regulatory structures the federal government can provide for species that cross state borders. And when deciding whether to protect species and habitats, Colorado's laws allow the state to consider economic and political factors, unlike under the Endangered Species Act, Greenwald said. If a powerful interest in the state, in quotes, doesn't want protection for an endangered species because it will interfere with developments in industries like oil and gas, that is taken seriously into account above the ecosystem value of the species, Greenwald told the Herald. Hearings on Tipton's Local Act and the other reform bills for the Endangered Species Act should be on the agenda for the House Natural Resources Committee later this year. And now let's take a look at that local weather for the week now that the sun has come back out. How about that fog last night? And some more this morning after the sun came up, which is about 7:27 a.m. right now. Today, for the rest of the day, mostly sunny with a high near 36 degrees. So look out for much of the ice to turn to slush, especially on the side county roads. The north wind around 5 miles an hour shifts back to the south-southwest in the afternoon. Tonight, more patchy fog will appear once again after 11 p.m. Otherwise partly cloudy with a low around 20, north-northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, keeping it cooler. Thursday again, look for patchy fog before 8 a.m. Otherwise mostly sunny with a high near 37. Again, another melt-off day, north-northeast winds around 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest in the afternoon. Now in the morning before 8 or 8:30, it should be also slick on those roads. Be careful of black ice. Thursday night, partly cloudy with a low to 18 degrees. Things freeze up again. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour. And for Friday, we have a partly sunny morning with a high near 37 on the day. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour become calm. Friday night, partly cloudy and a low to 20. And the same setup for this weekend for Saturday, starting with sunny skies and a high near 39, or could be in the 40s. Saturday night, partly cloudy and a low to 21. And then Sunday starts off mostly sunny with a high near 41. And then Sunday night, a slight chance of snow showers after 11 p.m. creeps back into our area. Mostly cloudy with a low around 25. And that may deliver slight accumulation of snow for Monday with, again, a chance for snow showers, mostly cloudy, and a high near 39, or it could be this type of wet rain and snow combined. And then Monday night continues with that chance for snow showers, mostly cloudy with a low to 22. And right now it looks like it may extend into part of Tuesday before seeing mostly sunshine again. So now let's go back to the news. An update on marijuana growers in our region as reported in the Durango Herald with a stock photo. Marijuana and CBD dispensaries line the main avenues of Durango and Cortez, reflecting a growing agricultural and retail industry in southwest Colorado. The Colorado Department of Revenue reported this month that marijuana sales grew for the 6th consecutive year, totaling $1.6 billion in 2019. The state of Colorado also collected over $300 million in medical and retail marijuana taxes. But a director at the National Institute on Drug Abuse, Nora Volkoff, testified before the U.S. House lawmakers last week that not enough research has been done on the medical or health effects of cannabis. And this is because researchers have had to register and comply with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration and the Food and Drug Administration, which currently categorize marijuana as a Schedule I controlled substance, and which is the most stringently regulated category that includes substances like heroin and ecstasy. Newly proposed legislation from the House would make the application process easier for researchers to study the effects of marijuana. Researchers are currently reluctant to study marijuana because it's too much effort to apply to study drugs under Schedule I. Volkoff said that before the subcommittee on the health under the House Energy and Commerce Committee. This is where she brought it up. Matthew Straight, a senior policy advisor at the DEA, testified that changes to the Controlled Substances Act are needed to expedite new research projects on marijuana at the rate House lawmakers are pushing for, given the strong public interest in marijuana research. Representative Joseph Kennedy, Democrat from Massachusetts, said marijuana would be easier to research if it wasn't classified as a Schedule I drug. Durango hemp grower and agricultural consultant Scott Perez said reclassification would, quote, definitely be an improvement in the long run for southwest Colorado. Farmers are, quote, jumping into the game to make a quick buck without knowing enough about how to keep tetrahydrocannabinol, commonly referred to as THC, at a legal level for hemp, Perez said. And hemp crops with illegally high levels of THC need to be destroyed. Furthermore, the marijuana that researchers legally have access to has different potency levels from the marijuana that is on the market for consumers. Douglas Throckmorton, a deputy director at the FDA, said determining if different kinds of marijuana have different medical values is important for those interested in hemp processing and growing in Dolores County, the non-THC version of the cannabis plant, hemp. There was a discussion panel last Thursday, the 16th, at the Public Service Center regarding hemp and the laws. Some video coverage of the meeting can be found online at the Dove Creek Press. And the Journal reported on the House Creek campground changes. Courtesy photo, the House Creek campground just north of Dolores will be downsized and will undergo major infrastructure renovations this spring. During construction, the campground will be closed and no reservations at recreation.gov will be taken until the project is complete. Construction is expected to be completed by June. Lake boats will still be allowed to launch at the House Creek Campground boat dock during open times when invasive species inspectors are present. The campground on McPhee Reservoir was built in the early 1990s and is part of the San Juan National Forest. It is operated by a private concessionaire, Rocky Mountain Recreation, and access via the paved House Creek Road, Forest Road 528. Because of consistently low occupancy rates below 30%, campsites are being reduced from 69 sites to 23 sites, that according to the Forest Service officials. The adjustment is more in line with demand and will reduce maintenance costs. Aging infrastructure that needs repair and upgrading is driving the project, said Bryce Paul, Forest Recreation Technician. This project will cost $237,955. Improvements will be made to water lines, electrical systems, roads, and campsites. The campground has been struggling with water line leaks and power outages, officials said. Deteriorating site markers, campfire rings, picnic tables, tent pads, and RV electrical pedestals will be replaced to meet USFS current standards. Electrical hookups at campsites will be upgraded from 30 amps to 50 amps to accommodate modern RVs. There will be 11 sites with the upgraded electrical hookups, and the group camping areas will be reduced from 2 to just 1. Popular sites near the reservoir edge will be improved with new power, water, and shade structures. Officials are evaluating development of a swimming beach. New campground features will feature updated materials that are durable and low maintenance. Paul said wood picnic tables will be replaced with powder-coated metal ones. Quote, these renovations will help manage visitors and maintenance of the campground to manageable levels, Paul said. House Creek also features a large boat dock, ample boat parking and bathrooms. A water treatment plant provides safe drinking water drawn from wells, and there is an RV dump site. The new McPhee Overlook Trail connects to House Creek from Dolores. And before we get to today's High Canyon Country happenings, I just want to let you know that today is Wednesday Coffee Cup Day. And so every Wednesday I'm going to present a different coffee cup, something interesting or unique. If you want to send one in, or if you want to send me a picture, I will put it on. And I enjoy having coffee on Wednesdays, doesn't everybody? It's hump day. So this one says, as you'll see, my friends went to Moab, Utah, and all they got me was this lousy mug. If you have a fun or funny one, or one that promotes something local in the Dove Creek area, let me know, and we'll do it on next Wednesday. On with today's High Canyon Country happenings. It's January 23rd for a Habitat Homeowners Information Session. It will be held at 6 p.m. at St. Barnabas Episcopal Church in Cortez. And if you are interested in becoming a partner, family with the Habitat, and becoming a homeowner, this is your opportunity to learn about the program. There will be light refreshments served, and children are welcome. And Spudfest 2020 happens at 3 p.m. on Saturday, January 25th, for a free kid-friendly event with a ton of potato-centric activities celebrating the inaugural Potatoes for the People project. So community resource booths will be there, as well as a food tasting of a unique and healthy way to cook potatoes. The event will commemorate all of the great work being done in the community to bring people together to eat healthy and local produce. There'll be a drawing for prizes when you visit all of the stations there, so get ready for the fun. It runs from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Share House, which is 30 North Beach Street in Cortez, and it's free. Email Leah at montezumacounty@goodfoodcollective.org for more information. The Potatoes for the People project has a goal to put underutilized farmland plots to good use by planting potatoes and then distributing them to Montezuma County organizations like Pinion Project, the Bridge Shelter, and the Good Samaritan Center, who work with community members that may not have easy access to fresh and local produce. The Good Food Collective, High Pine Produce, and Fence Line Cider worked collaboratively on this project, which resulted in a mass harvest of potatoes at the end of September last year. Now this exciting project is up and running, and we'll be celebrating the project's success on the 25th of January for Spudfest. Hope to see you there, they say. And there may still be some seats left for this Saturday's Get Your Paint On with Ashley at the State Line Bar and Grill. That happens in the dining room from 6 to 9 p.m. You can make your reservations, and the shuttle is also available by calling them at the State Line 970-677-2649. And I post up all of these High Canyon Country happenings on the Facebook page, which is DCTV News at Noon, where you can also watch the program replays along with news, links, and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. Again, this is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share with us, contact us on email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call 970-677-4119. Thank you for tuning in to News at Noon. Our programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. If you do like the program, please show us by liking it on Facebook and following us and sharing it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for watching.